so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you.
Hey, everybody, it's Max and Jenny with Thoughts for Rent. Realtors Keeping It Real, our podcast coming to you live from Henderson, Nevada. Actually, it's not Henderson, huh?
Well, the address is Henderson, but we're located in the city of Las Vegas.
So we're not Henderson. We're not Vegas. Are we incorporated Clark County? I don't know what we are. Anyway, we're here. We're here to talk to you guys about life and everything that involves it. And I'm Max Zerflew, sales broker person for the McKenna team at Keller Williams here in the Las Vegas Valley. Who are you?
You make me nervous with your radio voice.
It's fine.
You get all deep. I'm Max Zerflew. I'm the owner of the McKenna team. I'm Jenni McKenna, and I'm the owner-broker of McKenna Property Management.
And you make me nervous all the time. She's my
voice,
wife.
My voice is not a radio voice, but we'll just deal with it because I've had it for 54 years, so I guess I'll just keep it.
Nobody likes the way they sound as a rule.
I know.
I imagine Howard Stern. You think he likes the way he sounds? Probably.
As a rule, everybody says they don't like their voice, but I don't think you hear your voice the way that other people hear you.
What are we talking about today? What are we doing? What's going on in life here? What's the haps, Jenny? What's on your mind?
Well, so there's a lot going on in the political environment world, and I thought to myself, I would like to talk about optimism because optimism, I really believe, is a strategy for success. And so there's a couple things that I know. I'm sitting next to the most positive person in the whole wide world. So maybe we can get some pointers on how you stay so positive. And then maybe how we can correlate it into when you're running a business, how important it is to stay positive and optimistic. So the fun thing is I was listening to a podcast, and you know that brand, the t-shirt brand that says life is good?
Love it.
Actually, Max bought some of them right when they came out.
He's I thought you bought me one for Father's Day. Sure.
Well, you were like, I love that saying. It's great. And then you've just collected hats and shirts or whatever. But, you know, they were started by brothers, Bert and John Jacobs. And part of the podcast I was listening to is they were asked, how did you get into, life is good t-shirts? And they said they grew up in a very scary environment. Their dad was loud, aggressive, angry all the time, depressed all the time. And the mom was really instrumental in both of their lives on making sure that they stay optimistic. And one of the things they did is at the dinner table, before they would have dinner, she would ask, hey, Brett or John, what's one good thing that happened today?
Cool.
And it would set their mindset and it would set for a much better dinner, atmosphere. So it's got to be the same thing in our daily lives. If you continue to only look at the negative, then you're going to breed negativity. And I think that people will feel that in your office space. The clients that you work with will feel that.
I'm sure you're thinking about people that I know are negative. And you start running through your head all the people you know that are always Eeyore and oh no, and we'll never get that contract on, or we're going to miss the flight.
Well, let me ask you this. You've read, you've listened to, I would like you to tell me someone that in history is well known and they are a negative person.
It's kind of putting the pressure on me here.
Well, I'm just kind of wondering, do you know anybody that is made something that people would know their name that is a negative individual?
No, I mean, I don't know that I know a lot of people personally that are famous and have created something that people like. So I wouldn't know if they're negative in real life or not. So it's hard to say. And I think most of those people, their negativity might actually be motivation. So it might be worked into their personality that way. So I don't know if a famous person who created something is a good way to look. I don't know. Do you know somebody?
Well, no, I don't. I was thinking in my head.
So you're trying to say that if you're really optimistic, you're probably going to be successful?
I'm saying now let's flip the question. How many well-known, successful people that you are aware of, that the world would be aware of, that as you've seen them being interviewed or you've read their book, tend to look at the world being a little bit more optimistic?
It's a great question. Do I have the answer?
Sure you do.
I don't know that I do because, again, I don't know these people personally, and I see them in front of a camera. And if they exude optimism, then it might not be real. So
Well,
I don't know.
Let's assume that
Hard to say.
let's assume that it's just in front of the camera. But what they've learned is, if you are more positive in front of the camera, then you're going to give something to that audience, and then that audience is going to want it more. They've definitely learned that they're not going to sit in front of the camera and go, "Woe is me, the world is falling apart." And people are going to be like, "Yeah, I want to keep watching them.
No,
I
sure.
want to read their book." So it's just a DNA. It's in our system, and we gravitate to individuals that are exuding positivity.
Yeah, I would pull Adam Sandler out of my back pocket
Okay.
because he's obviously funny, highly successful. I think he's worth like $500 million. And if you see him on the street or out and about, he always seems to be happy and just enjoying life. No stress. Somebody had posted a video of him walking around New York eating a bottle of pickles, a jar of pickles. But he smiles and he laughs and he engages with people, and he's highly successful. And I would look at him because I like to exude humor in my life and positivity all the time.
Yes.
But that's just one example of how you can be positive. I like the way our family does highs and lows when we go on vacations.
Okay.
And I know there's a low there at the end of that sentence, but you do highs and you say, what was your high today? Or what was your high food over the last 4 days on this vacation? And it reminds you of the great things you experienced, and it reminds you about the positive things you've had. And then when you get down to the lows, you go, I don't know if I have any lows. Or if you do have a low, it just kind of reminds you how great the good thing was.
Or sometimes we end up just laughing at what the low is because you think about it and you're like, oh my gosh, can you believe that happened? Can you believe that she put her nose in the Diet Coke and said, oh yeah, this is Diet Coke? So sometimes the lows end up just being comical when they're not in the moment. So
yeah, for me, positivity helps in your life and in your physical, in your mental. Let's take, for example, a flight that is delayed by 6 hours.
Yes.
Any recollection of that happening?
Yes.
Oh, a couple of weeks ago. Happened to us.
Yes.
So, you and I, we had cribbage cards and we played games and we had places to sit and we were lounging about and we dealt with it. However, let's be honest, my approach to it is a lot more positive than yours.
I would have to admit that. I did pretty good though.
No, I think you did good. But there was a couple of, this is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I can't believe 6 hours. And I always try to adopt in my personality and in my persona, it's fine. It's fine.
Yes.
We could be up in the air and maybe something that they didn't wait for could go wrong. We could have a crash. We're sitting here. We're having a soda. We're playing cards. We're good. Everything's fine.
Well, and that's why I pointed and said that I like this topic because you're kind of an expert on it, whether you know you are or you're not. I know that when we come into the office, if I'm having, I just left an appointment that wasn't so good and I need a little pick me up, just that little something so that I don't dwell on that negativity, I'll come into your office and you'll have something that'll make me laugh. Or you'll do something that just is so ridiculous.
You just look at me and then you'll start laughing.
and that right there changes it. And that's why I started this podcast with, I believe that optimism is a strategy for success. Because if you are going to run a team, if you're going to have anybody that is going to want to, you're the leader and they're going to follow you, I really believe you better hone in on the skill of being positive when you need to be. And yes, Max is right. When I was sitting there in the lounge waiting the 6-hour delay, I probably wasn't super positive, like, yay, I'm so glad that I'm sitting here doing nothing for 6 hours when I want to be in New York. But in the same aspect, if you put me into a work environment, or even as a mother raising my children, I would be very careful and making sure that I stay positive and that aura that I'm giving off is more of that positive
Well, I'm sure
aura.
our children, who are now all adults, could talk about how tiring it was to hear you and I tell them that to be positive or have an affirmation or to talk about the good things and be positive and be positive. I'm sure that I go, whatever, blow it out your butt. But we don't, in business, we don't come into the office and do negative affirmations, do we?
No.
I mean, we've done many seminars and conventions and bold training in Keller Williams. And you and I know that we're told be positive in your affirmations.
Correct.
And when you learn about that, you talk about the negative affirmations that someone, has. If you get up in the morning and go, oh, this is going to be a tough day, and that's a negative affirmation.
Well, and then you're just asking.
It might be tough, but it doesn't mean it's going to be impossible to get through. But when you say it's going to be tough, you're just setting yourself up to every step of the way. You're reminding yourself, oh, this is what a pain in the butt day.
Yep.
But if you wake up and go, it's going to be a great day. I'm busy. I got appointments. God bless me for that. Wonderful. And then you go about it in a positive manner. I think you're going to have a lot more success, or you're going to finish the day feeling a lot better. I think.
Well, and one of the cool parts of the podcast that I heard from the individual who started that massive, successful company.
The Jacobs brothers? Did you forget the name?
No, I was just going to go with
you said individual instead of the name.
Yeah. Well, and I only heard from one of the brothers. The other brother wasn't on the podcast, so it wasn't both brothers.
We're a podcast talking about a podcast.
I know, isn't that crazy? So one of the things that I really liked was the fact that obviously this is 10 years later. Their company is a huge success.
You could say life is good for them. Huh?
Life is good for them, correct. What I really liked hearing from them is the fact that, when they first started that company, it wasn't easy. They sold T-shirts out of the back of their car in Boston. Nice. And they drew those. Their mom taught them how to draw. And so all those drawings were done by the brothers. Oh, wow. And so they were put in like the normal white T-shirt, and they would have to go down and get it, put onto the T-shirt, and then they would sell it from the back of their car. And that's hard. That's day to day, just, boots on the ground, making it happen. And they could have, any one of those days, they could have woken up and they could have said, this is just too hard. This is not progressing as fast as I want. This is, not what I'm envisioning. And they could have quit. But instead, he said that he would get up in the morning and he would take just a moment and he would say, life can be hard, because it's true. Life is not supposed to be easy. Life can be hard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I do something today that is positive and will help my business grow, no matter what it is. And it's just like a flip of a switch. And then from moving forward, whatever things hit him, and he said lots of things hit him. It wasn't like, oh, my day was perfect. But whenever something would hit him, he would just take a step back and he would say, life is good. And then he would go on with, well, life is good. And I think that changes your mindset. I think that keeps you going.
Obviously.
You and I know someone in our life that is one of these people that I don't hear a lot of positivity from. And we've always said that when this individual speaks about whatever it is, the negative thing that is happening or hasn't happened yet actually happens because it's almost like they will it to them.
Yeah, that goes back to the secret. If you're being negative and throwing negativity out to the universe, it's going to come back to you. If you throw positivity out, positivity will come back to you. That's what that is. And that happens all the time. There's so many examples of that happening.
So you're my master of positivity, sitting right next to me.
MOP, as you would say.
Absolutely.
Master of positivity.
So when you're a mob. That's right. You're right. Mop.
I'm a mop.
Not the mob, but
What's
mop.
What's your question, woman?
Well, you obviously have life hit you with some things that obviously bring you down. It's not exactly what you envisioned. How do you get yourself out of that rut? And let's speak professionally. So in your world of being the owner of the McKenna team.
Well, the positivity is, I'm lucky to have it, I think. I don't know that I control it as much as it's just inside of me. However, I work with a lot of people who can be very negative. You can be on a phone call with either a client or another agent or discussing something, and it's just, you just want to reach through the phone and shake, no, stop it. And I think people get off those phone calls or those conversations and let that control their body and their psyche for the rest of the day. And my trick is to just move on and smile and go, well, there you go. Because there's no rule in life that says people are going to be nice to you or they're going to understand what you're saying or they're going to have common sense.
Correct.
It just doesn't happen.
Correct.
So you have to be able to hang up the phone and go, oh, there you go. Okay, what's up next? And that, I don't know if it's not a trick or a tool. It's just it's just how I react.
I think it is a tool. What you just said is a tool. You get off the phone, and rather than going to 5 people in the office and reenacting the negative phone call and then making it even a bigger negative phone call than it really was, that's just feeding the negativity. And now there's been 2 hours wasted of that energy.
You got to move on.
That's your tool. Your tool is you hang up the phone and you go, well, that's what it was. I'm not going to take it personal. And then you go do something else that you wanted to do in that day.
Mm-hmm. Or, a lot of people around me that in my career have always been like, oh, that person doesn't know what they're doing. Now, in real estate, we work in a cooperative environment where we're going to help each other get to the end of the deal, create a win-win situation for not only the seller and the buyer, but for us. And if we have to help that person, that's great. But I know people that they see an incompetent, that's probably a bad word to use, but an incompetent agent or someone who's inexperienced, and they make that the theme of the rest of their day. And everybody they run into and said, guess what this agent did? Guess what they put on this addendum? Guess what they told me they would do, but they shouldn't have told me. And it's just like, no, let's forget that. Let's help them. And then we can just move forward. I think moving forward is also very important.
Okay.
You don't stay right here, especially if it's a negative thing. Just turn it and go.
Turn it and go.
Charge the storm and fix. I also am very transactional in my life as well. If I have 10 things I got to do, I'm going to do them. Then I'm going to move on. I don't want things to hang over my head, Yeah. And I think that helps to be positive when you go, okay, I've finished that. It's fine. It's good. Let's move on. Let's not think about it anymore. People think about stuff too much, I think. And
in my brain, when I look back at the people that I find to be successful, whether it's the amount of money that they're making or the way they've raised their family or just the way that they are as an individual with friends, I look at them and none of them, Max, none of them are negative. So there's something to be said that really people gravitate to positivity. And if you are in maybe a slump, whether it be in your family, your business, or whatever it is, maybe look in the mirror and say to yourself, am I talking more negative than I'm talking positive? Am I judging people harshly, where my rule is stay in curiosity and out of judgment? So just stay more curious and go with that. And with the environment that we're in right now, with everything on the news being like the world is falling, the sky is done, everything is a mess. I really think it's going to need to take the tools that you have just said to get you out of whatever that mind space is that you're in. I think you and I have this conversation a lot. A lot of this stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I know you think it matters at the time. And that's the hard part. I'm middle-aged. There will be a time when I will probably leave this earth. I think we all do. Sad for you to imagine this. And when I leave this earth, can you imagine all the things that I would have worried about that are just a waste of time? Because there's nothing I can do about them. We have to control what we can control. I got to do it. I got to drop it here. I like this saying. I like this saying. So drop it. I got to drop the Dalai Lama. He says, if there's something that comes at you, if there's nothing you can do about it, then don't worry about it. He says, if you've got the solution, there's something you can do about it, then don't worry about it. So at the end of each of those statements is don't worry. We worry so much and we waste so much time on worrying about little things, small things that we just need to let go. I think we talk about so many things for so long that are not productive. So that's the other thing. Please. If you really want to make a change in whatever part of the realm of life you're in, business, family, friends, whatever, stop taking so much time talking about negative stuff. It's better to be 6 feet above ground than 6 feet below. That's one of the things you can remind yourself. And you can always look back on Monty Python. Oh, what's that one? Always look on the bright side of life.
You got to whistle. What was that?
I can't whistle.
Always look on the bright side of life. It's the best. It's the best for me. And so, I usually tell myself when I'm starting to be concerned about something, I go, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If I can fix it, I'm not going to worry about it. If I can't fix it, I'm not going to worry about it.
Yep.
That's my takeaway, Jennifer. I don't know.
Well, and I think that
I just called you Jennifer. Is that what your parents called you when you were in trouble when you were younger?
yes,
Jennifer.
But I do get in trouble with you sometimes. So you've called me Jennifer before. I don't think I'm in trouble this time, though. But
you're not in trouble.
Okay,
it sounded cool.
There you go.
What about you, Jennifer?
I think we went over this, and I really feel like it's kind of the secret sauce of when you want to be on the road to success, and so that's why I wanted to share it with our listeners.
Yes, absolutely. Was it Forrest Gump? In his movie at one point, did he have like a smiley face on his shirt?
Yes.
That he made famous?
Yes.
Was it?
But then it went into a tagline that you're not really supposed to say.
Right. I think he said it happens, but it was something else. But initially there was like a smiley face.
Yeah, just a big old happy face on the T-shirt.
If we could just all walk around with smiley face shirts on, I think we'd be okay.
That would be fun.
And if you're in a bad
mood. I bet the guys that create Life is Great, maybe they'll...
Life is good.
Oh, Life is Good. Sorry. Life is Good might create something that has a big old smiley face on it.
And you know what? When you come across a negative person, just go up and smile at them. Give them a hug. Say, it's okay. It's okay. That's all we got for you today, folks. It's Thoughts for Rent, Realtors Keeping It Real, and Realtors Keeping It Positive today.
Absolutely.
Today and every day, because that's how we roll.
Absolutely.
Life is good. You guys have a great time. We'll see you next time on Thoughts for Rent. Oh, there you go. Sound good? Okay, good. I'll pass over to Ireland. Here you go, kid.
Thanks, Pops.